It's cold and it's wet here at Sydney Motorsport Park, but the action is only heating up for round 3 of the Improved Production New South Wales Championships. Teams getting ready for race 1 behind me. Let's get straight to the action. We go on board with Danny Castro in the Nissan Silvia. Looks like that was a stalled Ben Sheedy in the big Commodore. Hasn't gone anywhere off the line. Looks like everyone's got through safely. Mike Fitzgerald ranging up on the outside. Going on board now, this is the president of IPRA New South Wales, Mark Lamore. Finally got the Renault Clio on song, banging through the sequential box, ranging up into turn 1. Look at the spray. Awful weather day here at Sydney Motorsport Park as the rest of the field streams through. That's the 1.6 litre Honda Civic of Max Robson just rounding up the president there. That is Matthew Giantini, one of the two Giantini boys in his Honda. That thing gets run more than a tap. More on-track action than anything you've seen. And there's a spinner in the background, Mark Hawa. That beautifully presented Mazda RX-7 goes around in the treacherous conditions. Now on board with yours truly, Tim Robson, in the 2.4 litre Civic EK sedan, the only sedan in the Honda family in the field. Sniffing on the inside there of Fitzgerald. Luke Gretsch-Combo come up from Victoria in the big HSV Senator. Not ideal conditions for a rear-wheel drive V8, but excellent driving there from our friends from Victoria. And a big hello to Wayne Twist, brought his BMW up from the southern states as well. We thought we'd turn the weather on for them. Slithering and sliding. Speaking of slithering and sliding, slides past. That looks like Stephen Engel, defending over 2 litre champion, has gone round in the tricky conditions. Not sure who will be the only one today. Facing the traffic, will he be avoided? Rolls off the track. And Castro avoids calamity coming across Corporate Hill. On board now. Engel recovering from that spin. And it looks ahead. Now we're on board now. Oh my goodness, there are cars going everywhere just trying to figure out what was going on there. An insane little bit of action there, but nobody was impacted at all. Absolutely amazing stuff from the field of the New South Wales Improved Production gang. Big thanks, of course, to Picture Partners and Ravenol for our windscreen banner sponsors of the under and over 2 litre categories. Midas Tyre and Auto Service, CTL Event Management, Transport Logistics, JLM Lubricants Australia and New Zealand, of course. Competition Products, V Sport and Yokohama on board for IPRA New South Wales for 2024. As the field streams through, it looks like everyone's keeping it high and dry on this incredibly wet track. Sheedy making his way back through the field. Robbo gives him the wave as he moves on past. Not a lot of point fighting the V8 power, but it'll be a race of attrition. It'll be a race of the different formats today as we see the all-wheel drive Evo blast past the rear-wheel drive Nissan. Giantini making hay up the front and making short work of that massive monster HSV of Gretsch-Combo. And there's our pole sitter, Matty Burks, beat all comers, so the unders class pipped everyone when it came to qualifying earlier this morning. On board now, whoa, fighting the wheel, finding the wheel spin. And that's the Evo of Michael King, a former champion of Improved Production New South Wales, 2-time champion in fact, 2018, 2019. Wheel-to-wheel combat as the all-wheel drive Evo just sneaks ahead of the big HSV. Oh, lots of hand action there as the field skates through an increasingly slippery track. The rain has come back here in race 1. Lenthal moving ahead there of Castro in his new BMW, sponsored by JLM Lubricants. So as race 1 comes to a close, Matthew Giantini will take honours from Michael King, with Luke Gretsch-Combo coming home in 3rd position. Straight back into the action here from race 2. Drying track on board with Stephen Engel having to come through the back of the pack. The Evo making short work of a lot of the field. That's a terrific start. Must have made up 5 positions straight out of the gate. Luke Grechcombo on the inside there, the big V8, finding its way on the drying track. Robson now on the outside, being muscled out there by Castro in that beautifully presented Sylvia. Lenthal giving chase to Michael King. The two are garage mates this weekend. No love lost out on the track, of course. A little wide there from Engel in the Evo. Maybe searching for grip. It's looking grey and damp out there. There are still a lot of wet patches across this Sydney Motorsport Park Gardner circuit. The rest of the field there streaming through. On board now with Lenthal lining up King. Big move on the outside. Local knowledge, of course, from Lenthal. But King might have been out of the seat for a couple of years, but he is not showing any signs of slowing down. We hope to see him back on the track again in future IPRA New South Wales round. Real pleasure to have the former champion back again. Lenthal leaning all over the back of that Evo. Real mix of overs and unders, front and rear and all-wheel drive, which makes the IPRA New South Wales series such an exciting one, not only to watch but to be a part of. And if you want to be part of the action, get over to our website, just search for ipranewsouthwales.org.au. The balance of the field there, some RX-7 action coming through, part of the Lamore family there. Philip Lamore in the lovely little Integra, been racing for absolute decades. The entire family has hundreds of rounds between them, chasing down the Honda Civic. You wouldn't think of a Holden Commodore versus a Honda Civic would make for interesting racing, but you'd be absolutely wrong. The Giantini car has come out of the trailer absolutely on fire. These guys are killing it. It's a car that's shared by two brothers, and they take it in turns to compete at tracks across New South Wales, and they do a fabulous job. Burke's now, that little Corolla, one of the hardest working cars in the field as well. Matthew Wildridge on the outside of Mark Lamore. And the rest of the field coming through now as the rain is starting to come back. This won't help Luke Grechcombo in the big Commodore. You can see the rivers starting to come across the back of the track, particularly here through the 4-5 complex. This is where the all-wheel drive should have an advantage. Light and nimble rear drive BMW doing well as well. Spray coming up from the tyres now and shine on the track. It is wet out there. Giantini not taking any prisoners. A little bit of a excuse me there to Sheedy as the field comes across Corporate Hill. As the race winds down, a fantastic stanza, and again no drama even despite the wet track. King will take the win from Lenthal, with Grechcombo coming home third, and Giantini the first of the under 2 litre cars. Lights out, race 3 at night here, Sydney Motorsport Park for round 3 of the improved production New South Wales 2024 Championship. Little bit of onboard action here from Matt Giantini lining up against Matthew Burks. Look at how slippery it is, but offline is where the grip is, and former go-kart racer Giantini understands that offline can be faster in the wet. Back in car now, young Max Robson in that 1.6 litre Civic lining up against the BMWs. That's John O'Seeley in a brand new build. That's a K20 powered coupe Civic. So all manner of Japanese, German and Australian built cars in the IPRA New South Wales field. Absolutely teeming, and I can tell you as well, it is blooming cold. Yokohama's working overtime to keep these guys on the track, doing a fantastic job. We don't use wet weather tyres in improved production. It is the one tyred wet or dry. and the tyres have done a fantastic job for the category all weekend long. On board now with Luke Gretschkom in the big Senator, really having to find the grip there. Big car, lots of power, and sometimes that can be a disadvantage in the wet conditions. Giantini is holding out most of the over 2 litre field here. It's absolutely incredible job in a 2 litre Civic. The rest of the pack bunched up here. Again, Seeley all the way around the outside, finding grip where there's no grip to be had. The racing line is more polished and can be slipperier in the wet conditions, so a little bit offline pays dividends here. Looks like that Danny Castro a little bit further back down the field as Wildridge and Robson fight it out there as Wildridge goes wide looking for that grip. He's got rear wheel drive, Robson's got front wheel drive. Similarly powered cars in terms of power to weight. That front wheel drive is going to give Robson the drive over the hill here, looking down at the inside of turn 6, and it'll get the job done on Wildridge. Although Wildridge decides he's not quite had enough and he's going to look at the outside line, but coming into the left hand, the advantage will go to the Honda. You can see the sponsorship sticker on the board there with Robson's car. The National Breast Cancer Foundation have benefited to the tune of about $900. Every racing lap that IPRA New South Wales does today and tonight means $2 towards this very worthy cause. Check our website for more details if you want to be part of that charity. Mark Harwer spitting fire and spinning wheels all night. Fantastic car. Learning to come to grips with it in the tricky conditions. Probably his best race of the night. There's Tim Molesworth in the blue Celica. He's actually leading under 2 litre overall as the championship gets past its midway point. A little bit of damage there, Mike Fitzgerald. We believe that was a first lap incident with Max Robson. Miss Fitzgerald dropped it in the slippery conditions. The two just bonked together, but looks like Mike will get through the evening. Castro there. The car maybe not working as well in the full wet conditions as it did in the mixed conditions that we've had through the weekend. Robson now dropped a few places at the start, now lining up on Matthew Lamore, the son of Mark and the nephew of Philip. So 3 Lamores in the field tonight. Superior power, probably get the job done here, but a great driving from Matthew, who will actually end up to be 4th at the end of the weekend, so a fantastic job there. But nobody can lay a glove on Giantini. Look at the gap that he's pulled out on these guys. They are squabbling among themselves, which does slow them down, but sterling effort there from Matt Giantini. Terrific driving. Look at that barbecue out the back of that RX-7. Absolutely beautifully turned out car as Mark Harwer lines up the final complex here at Sydney Motorsport Park. Our next round is at the beginning of August 3-4, back here at Sydney Motorsport Park. We'd love to see you there, either as a spectator or even competing. Make sure you go to our website to get all of the details, ipranewsouthwales.org.au. The rest of the field, you can see how wet it is. Everyone just tippy-toeing around the Corporate Hill hairpin. Older surface there, so it's still a little bit rougher and a little bit more slippery. Sheedy now lining up there on Luke Gretschkom, the battle of the V8, speeding up as the race winds down. Longer stanza, 22-minute long race here. Looks like Gretschkombo is mixing it up with some of the back markers now. The blue light flashing on the side of the track there. Oh, just gets held up a little bit there. That allows Sheedy to sneak on through and claim that position as they move past Philip Lamore as well. Traffic playing a little bit of a factor here at the end of the race as they move past Molesworth. Back onto the main straight. Big oversteer moment there And as we wind down, there might have been a little bit of a touch-up maybe in the mid-pack of the overs. Lenthal and Engel fighting hard all the way to the line. But Giantini is going to claim a fantastic win in awful conditions on the track. Gretsch Kumbo will claim second and Joey Lenthal will claim third spot. Looking at the overalls, Giantini will take the win in under 2 litres from Danny Castro and Mick Ricketts. And in the overs, Luke Gretsch Kumbo takes the win from Ben Sheedy and Joe Lenthal. Well done to the overs crew. Ben Sheedy, you were P2?
Yeah, too.
Yeah, that's nice for your the championship's looking pretty handy for you, mate.
Yeah, no, we're chipping away at it, and if we can keep getting the results, mate, maybe the points will add up, and we could be thereabouts at the end. So hopefully we can keep it nice and straight, and we'll see what happens.
Pretty well all day.
Yeah, it was interesting out there, that's for sure. No, it was good. The car was good, so I'm ecstatic. So. Yep.
Fantastic. We'll see you in the next one. Hey, Luke, mate, what a weapon that thing was. And how did you, you brought you said before you brought the Melbourne weather with you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry about that. Look, I do like the wet, but I definitely was looking forward to some more dry laps around here. So just an excuse to come back again and maybe look later in the year or next year. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, massive thanks to your club. You've done a really good job. The New South Wales officials, the crew, they've done a really good job, kept it running well, and no safety cars, and yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Knock on wood. Hope we'll see you the next time. Thank you, mate.
Thank you very much.
Mate, and you made it hard for yourself, and I'm just going to dance around. We'll just do a little bit of a boogie. You made it hard for yourself in practice, but you fought back pretty well and got a bit of a chocolate.
Yeah. Complete driver brain fade, turn 1 on a wet racetrack, having never driven the car in the rain, and thought it can go through here nearly as fast as in the dry, why not? And found out backwards at great knots that it doesn't. And then just chipped away from there, so I got better each race. The car was a jet in the second race. But yeah, massive thanks to the guys who worked on the car this weekend and to JLM and all those guys that look after me. So that's awesome. Appreciate it.
Real spirit of IPRA there to get you out with 5 minutes to go for race 1.
Unreal. Yeah, like it was... I sent a message to my folks to say, we won't make it for race 1, so I don't watch Nats often. And then they got me out there with a couple of minutes to go. So yeah, it was very lucky. All right.
Here with the unders podium getters at round 3, IPRA New South Wales 2024 Championship. Matt Giantini, masterclass in the wet, my friend.
It was great. I mean, didn't expect this to come into this weekend and come out how we have. I mean, I knew it was raining, and I said to Aaron, I don't really want it to rain. And then we got here, and then qualifying this morning, it was quick, and I'm like, no, let's keep raining. So start doing the rain dance all day and held out, and that thing stuck like on rails. It was awesome. Big surprise to me, to be honest, but mate, it's the best feeling ever. It's the first win. Takes it all, puts the cherry on the cake, mate.
Now, has your car got a frequent flyer mile program going? Because it seems to do nothing but come to Sydney Motorsport Park and run laps, so which has got to be part of the secret. Seat time's always a good thing.
I wish we had frequent flyers and make things cheaper, but no, it's good fun. I mean, we share the car all the time, so we're constantly changing it from one spec to the next spec, but we love it. You're in it to have a good time, and we love it every time we come out to IPRA. It's just a great weekend away, especially days like today. It's miserable weather, but it's still a great day to be out racing.
Awesome, mate. Congratulations on the first win. Danny Castro, mate, good comeback from a few sketchy moments in the last round, and first time in the wet for your new car, so that's all good?
Yeah, first time in the wet. Lots of learning with setup and driving and everything, but yeah, we kept it on the black stuff, and yeah, had an awesome weekend.
How was the racing at the front? Looked pretty frenetic at times.
Yeah, it was good. Like, we were all pretty bunched up at times, but you just keep it on the black stuff and have a good time.
Awesome, mate. Well done. Speaking of keeping it on the black stuff, Mick Ricketts, you failed to do so in the first race, but here you are on the podium. You managed to gather it all up and get home for third.
Well, it wasn't my good driving. It was a few other. Just as well, we've got some great fellow competitors in IPRA, which is always. I think it's a great thing about the actual category. Everyone's really careful with their cars. There's a lot of passion and that goes into people's cars, and they don't want to get them damaged. And if you have some person that gets out of control, they do everything they can to avoid. They don't take that opportunity to, they're trying to save their own cars. So it really, it's great. It makes makes the category like what it is, yeah.
Shouldn't be too hard on yourself, mate. You drove through that pain and you got back and you ended up third. So it's not a bad year so far for you.
Yeah, so far, yeah. So the first round wasn't very successful. We had a DNF, and but anyway, we're working on a couple of little car issues. But yeah, we'll keep plugging away at it.
Awesome. We'll see you all here round 4 in August.